All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get how many people we can get in here to do a live chat. Hmm. Oh my. Let's get chicken in here. It's always fun setting these up because I'm never prepared as I should be. So right now I have Elementary OS installed as my daily driver. And well, I actually love running Elementary. The only problem with it is I have some issues where my VPN won't work. So hopefully I can get them worked out if anybody knows exactly how to work them out. And don't mind me while I try to set up everything the way it should be with the pop-out chat and everything. I should probably set this up beforehand, but how's everybody doing tonight? Soulless. Well, look, this is not just me chatting here. I'm going to put a link in here so that you guys can join in if you would like to, as long as everybody has their mic and everything in check, so I don't have to kick you, because the last time there was a couple guys that had their mic all messed up. So there's the link if you guys want to join me and we'll actually talk. I should probably shut the air conditioner off so it's not so loud in here. I'm just saying. All right, I got to do one more thing over here to get the pop-out chat, and hopefully we can continue on. Hopefully we'll get a few people in. Ooh, that's the wrong one. Hopefully we'll get a few people in to actually have a conversation. So there it is. Okay, maybe we could. Ooh, so that's why. Gotta remove that one. Anyway, well, Mark, you know what? There are certain times where it does run sluggish, and it depends on what it is. Like, some things open up really quick and other things open up fine. I did notice that if you install or try to install a couple things at a time, it kind of like freezes up on you, and it's not freezing, it's just not allowing you to do anything more than that. So, and mine's not no slouch as far as uh, uh, you know components are concerned. So I agree, but it just is so good looking. I'm sorry, it just is. Uh, it's just so good looking. So let me move this around here so we can get all this in, and there. Maybe that'll be better. And we can get all of us in here. If people decide to join us in a peer in, anybody can join if they want to. Carmine, you gonna join us on peer in, dude? You're more than welcome. Anybody's more than welcome to come on and have a chat. So I'm new to Linux and just started Project 30 Days Linux, and I was wondering if there are any other distros out there that will work with an AMD RX 460. Well, man, I don't have and haven't had an AMD card for many years. So I'm maybe one of these other guys can help you, because I am Ancient Aliens Night. You're not gonna join us, dude? Come on, man. You can do it. You can do it. I should have probably announced it that we were going to do this, but I had mentioned it last week that we might, and I just didn't get around to making a video to announce it. So, but anyway, getting back to the AMD situation, maybe one of these other guys who has an AMD card can help you out, because I really don't have any experience with Linux. I had an AMD card. I actually had a couple AMD cards early on, years ago, with Windows and gaming and everything, and I just said, at one point, I just gave, there were the Catalyst drivers and software was so buggy that I just said, you know what, I will never, ever, ever buy another AMD card, and I haven't bought one since. So I have had an NVIDIA card forever.
Is it working?
It's working.
All right, I gotta work on my audio real quick. Goodness.
So what's going on, man? Okay, so your audio is not on right now. Your mic is not on right at the moment. It was just for a second, but I don't know when you plugged in the headphones. Maybe it switched, but yeah. So check it out, the audio options. He's at the beach. No mic, chicken, no mic, dude. It was working there for a couple seconds when you first connected. I don't know what the deal is with it. So,
Is that
how about that's
is that
better.
something?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Is your mic
So
on or what?
I guess the phone microphone gets disabled by the headset mic even when the microphone's not plugged in,
Yep.
which is really strange.
So, what are your thoughts on Elementary OS, man?
For myself, I like it. It's difficult to. It's fidgety, I guess, is the word I'd use. Fidgety.
Fidgety.
Trying to customize it beyond certain points kind of just results in breakages, I'd say.
I
I've
would
run
say that's dead
across.
on.
Yeah, I've run across beyond the theming issues where just, although it's fairly consistent if you use things outside of their kind of, I don't know, design set, I guess. Not only would things look weird, but certain applications just won't work properly. I know people have had. I remember you were saying something having issues with networking.
Yep. I have
Um,
a problem with the VPN that I'm using, that it just disconnects after a minute or two.
so it seems to me that it would be good for very specific types of I don't want to say workloads, but like if you throw it onto a laptop and you're lucky enough to have everything working and all you need to do is check email, run a few things, play some solitaire, then it's fine. Um, but any sort of special cases, and I chose the worst day to do this because here comes the wind. Any sort of special cases, and there's just always that possibility that it's not going to work. And it's really unfortunate because overall, I think it's a great project, and I've enjoyed using it, but I just haven't been lucky enough to have all those issues ironed out.
Well, yeah, I got the same basic experience. It is a great looking desktop. I love the idea of it, but it's to the point where if you try to, it's basically made for somebody who's not going to try to do anything to it. It's made for somebody who's just going to open it up, do what they got to do, check their email, like you said, browse the web, play solitaire, and that's it. And
Yeah,
if you try to customize it, like, I mean, I've even had trouble just with adding like KD Connect
it's
indicator.
It's kind of interesting because there's no support officially for. There's an elementary tweaks applet kind of thing that a third party has created. Is my microphone noise too bad?
It's a little bit, but it's all right. It's no
Yeah,
big deal.
I'm sorry about that. It just barely started getting windy, and I really am kind of frustrated by that. But what I've noticed is that does facing this way help at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Not a whole lot.
All right, well that's great. I've kind of found it interesting because there's no support for it officially as a third party, but also that it doesn't really work all the time. There's a few things that it does similar to the way Ubuntu tweak or Unity tweaked it, but it doesn't do much. And so in terms of customizing, it's fairly locked down. Not that I think that's a bad thing, but I think it kind of limits you if you do run into any issues. I think at any point where you're stuck on something, that's kind of it. I haven't really found any good ways to get things done. I mean, there's deconf editor if you want to go in there and edit everything by typing it in yourself, but
Well, I read an article about the elementary tweaks where Daniel Foray talks about the fact that, and it was an older post, but it was his feelings on the tweak tool, and he felt that it shouldn't be in there, and that's why it's not in there by default. Because if you need to change those settings, you should be able to use dconf editor, and if you can't use dconf editor, you shouldn't be changing those settings. That's his thoughts on tweak.
I think that's a fair point. The tweak does make it easier, though. I'm like, but what if I want to be lazy?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the tweak tool on any system. I
It
mean,
just kind of
it's
makes it
all in
easier for.
one thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is.
So I don't know. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to run this because, like I said, the deal breaker is the VPN, and
Yeah, and see,
that's
something
uh,
that should just function on a core level because that's I mean, it's Ubuntu base 1604.2, and as far as I know, most of the stuff via networking should go through that instead of something layered on top of it. But
yep.
it's a really interesting case that kind of just breaks things. I mean, I've run it for just over 4 days as of now, and I'm pretty much done with it. I like it. It's just not something I can use in my daily life. There's too much getting in the way.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you look at this, and I'm looking at my desktop right now, although you might not be able to see it, and it looks beautiful. But GNOME can be the same way.
Yeah,
And GNOME is very configurable once you add the extensions and everything else to it. So, I mean, the use case for
I'd
this then is
say
hard to
that you
hard
could
to justify.
probably. It is because considering all the tweaks that have been done with GNOME to look exactly like Unity, I wouldn't say it's a far stretch to make just Ubuntu GNOME function the way Elementary does. If that's really it, I mean, you could probably run a script and it would give you the same experience. Um,
Well, I set up GNOME almost to be like elementary. I mean, we actually recorded a Destination Linux podcast today with me and Rob, and
Whoa!
we talk
Look at
about this. And elementary is where I started, as far as not where I started, where I started customizing things and wanting it to make it look modern. And I
that's
saw
ironic.
elementary. I saw elementary for the first time, and it was beautiful.
It
And
is.
you
It
know, with the
really
panel
is.
at the top and the clock in the middle, all that, the dock at the bottom, that whole setup is how I usually set up every system I have, whether I'm on GNOME or KDE or anything like that.
And that's actually really great because you see something, you'll see pictures of people's desktops, screenshots, and whatnot, and you'll think, I can do that too.
Yep.
And it's really great because there's just absolutely so many configurations you can use. And I rarely use docs until I started using Elementary, and now I'm just like, I kind of miss that there. I miss it popping up and then hiding away whenever I didn't need it or there was a window open. Um, because after a while it kind of becomes not only just functional, it's also style. It gives some sort of aesthetic gain.
Well, somebody just said in the chat, GNOME has no future. Now, what do you think of that?
There's a lot of controversy around that. I don't necessarily think GNOME has any more futures than KDE does, right? Because it doesn't exist. It wouldn't be developed right now if people didn't think it should exist. And it wouldn't. I mean, I can't give speaking points for Canonical themselves, but I certainly doubt they would have decided to go with it if they thought it had no future.
Well, to be honest with you, um,
It's
I have seen more articles in the last week about GNOME development. This GNOME extension came out. This GNOME extension came out. Picture in
yeah,
picture, the
I
arc menu,
the arc
all
menu
of
is beautiful.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like all of this stuff has been coming out, and really, to me, the only reason that this has been coming out is because Canonical decided to switch to GNOME. So people are drawing to it now and developing it a little bit more, and they're saying, "Hey, if this is going to work, man, I can make this extension." Where it was
Yeah,
kind of like, before it was like in a
you
fog.
didn't see much. No. Well,
So
another
I
thing
think its
is,
future is brighter than ever myself.
yeah, it kind of put a spotlight on it, and all these videos, even because I kind of made a talking point. I don't even know if I ever published the video, but I had made a talking point about how GNOME isn't necessarily just going to be the desktop, right? Unity, or not Unity, Canonical and the team are going to be putting work into it, right? I doubt they're just going to slap it on. They're going to do something. Hello.
Carmine, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
Oh, checking out Elementary, having a chat with the Linux crew. What could be
Oh,
better than that, man?
Cool, cool. Just watching Ancient Aliens.
Come on,
oh,
dude.
There's nothing else on tonight except you.
Oh, so I'm the last resort.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's all
get
good,
some
man.
reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond up there. It'll
It's
be
all
fine.
good, man. Well, okay, so what's your thoughts on this, Carmine, about Elementary and everything with it?
The best answer I can give you, I don't see what you're saying, but
You don't
I
see what I'm saying, right?
no, I tried it and it looks slick, but there's nothing there for me. Best
Nothing
answer I
there.
can give you now. It looks
Well,
good though. It looks slick, but it seems like it's hard to configure, customize. It feels sluggish. Uh, Linux Mint Mate or any Mate desktop is the way to go, in my opinion.
One
well,
point about Elementary, like if we go about it from a technical standpoint, it's although I guess you could make a point on the App Store and all that, but for the most part, for just an average user, there's nothing that you could get with Elementary that couldn't be delivered via just Ubuntu itself. It,
Yeah.
it's not to put it down or anything, because I do like the project and I want it to improve, but at the same time, from a technical standpoint, I could see that it would be easier for a user just to get things the other way around than to have difficulties setting it up on that end.
well, that's why I said that it's probably not meant for people who want to customize. It's just meant for
Get it done
Aunt
and out of the
Aunt
way.
Aunt Susie who just wants to get on and have a nice looking desktop and go
She'll
visit
be coming
Facebook.
around
So
when she comes.
I mean, and again, I'm not. I hate to say it like that because it's almost like a you're putting it down, but
It makes me feel bad. It does.
it sounds bad, but it's not really. I'm not
It's
trying to put it down. It's just when you start customizing it is when you start breaking things, and it's a very bad experience when things start to go wrong. And like I said, I was installing. I think I did private internet access, and the KDE Connect indicator, and I had about a 5 or 10 minute session where the panel was just freezing. I had to reboot a couple times, and the panel froze as soon as KDE Connect started. And I couldn't figure out for the life of me, right when it was happening, what was going on. And then it dawned on me, maybe I should, take off KD Connect, but it's just a very frustrating thing when you don't know what's going on and you're trying to customize it.
It's quite interesting too how something like that would break it so much.
You distro hoppers, you love punishment, don't you? You love punishment, don't you?
Wait,
There's
no, this is wait. I'm gonna. You're a Windows guy, Carmine. I was on the other day, right, and I was getting on to play Battlefield, right.
Uh-huh.
So I get on. I'm playing Battlefield. I'm playing with a couple guys that are actually playing teamwork,
Okay.
which is very rare. I'm
Yeah.
into it, and in the middle of it, the whole computer just turns black. Boom! The computer just shuts off and restarts.
This is in Windows 10?
This is Windows 10. So I come back up and I'm thinking to myself, did I overheat? What the heck is going on? And then it pops up the box. Oh, here's the Windows 10 Creator Update. So then
I'm with you.
I had to go through the whole install process of that, which took
oh
forever.
goodness.
I'm with you.
And so yeah, elementary is not the only problem I've been having lately.
Oh no.
I haven't had any issues in gaming in Windows 10. Of course, that update, I did the update last month, so. And I think there's a way now to put off updating future updates for up to a week or more than that. So it's slightly more
Yeah.
flexibility. But as far as gaming, what can I tell you?
Yeah.
It's Windows or my Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Windows, and this is probably more specific to Windows 10 because I don't have much testing on other versions of it, but in terms of scalability, I think it does a lot better than Linux in some cases. Windows will run on anything from the super high end to something with like a dual core Celeron, and while it won't be the best experience, it's functional just fine for most people. Whereas certain Linux distributions will just absolutely tank low end hardware and run fine on other stuff, even though it's the same system. So I will give them one thing is that on terms of just mass compatibility, they do really well, which understandably because they're just this massive
Well,
company.
Windows has the market cornered on gaming. Mac probably on multimedia, video editing. I mean, a lot of professional
It seems so.
YouTubers they use Mac. I mean, these are channels, hundreds, millions of subscribers. They don't use Windows. It has to be for a reason. So,
Yeah.
and then Linux has everything else. Linux has the leftovers.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
that's
leftovers.
That reheated spaghetti sounding really good right now.
Uh-huh.
I enjoy my Linux Mint. I enjoy KDE. The latest Kubuntu is awesome. Of course, Unity is done. That's a shame
Yeah.
because I liked it. So,
So
Yeah,
how long do you think the Unity, like, you'll still be able to install the ISOs from
yeah.
Unity, correct? Like, even later, even after 1710 comes out?
I believe the people who have the LTS that will be supported. Then it's done, but now that can change. But I deleted it off my backup desktop and stuck in Kubuntu. Of course, 17.04 is only for 9 months, but that's okay. But it'll be supported. You know, 1710 and so on. It's the same Kubuntu desktop. But I deleted it because they basically threw Unity out in the trash. So I just, it's still on one of my ThinkPad laptops. It's something I don't use that much. But I know there's a website to I guess some members will do like a fork of it. Of course, my thing is too many forks and everything gets forked up. So
Mm-hmm.
from my experience. So Unity, if you have an LTS that you installed, you're probably okay. I don't know, but other than that, it's pretty much done. It was an experiment. I liked it. I liked it better than GNOME. I think it was a lot more user friendly than GNOME. I mean, with Unity, you really didn't. I think I installed one tweak. I think it was the classic menu, where you can click it on the top panel and it gives you like a drop down panel, kind of like the old XP or like the XFCE. But that was the only tweak I installed with GNOME. You got to install this, and that extension's outdated. It doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know why they. Well, I guess I think I know why they went with GNOME, but I think Mate is the way to go. I keep coming back to Mate. It's easy to customize. It's lightweight. It works. It's not as as slick or as jazzy as say GNOME or KDE. But even the latest KDE, it's very lightweight compared to the ones in the past. So I don't know. I don't think GNOME is it for at least not for beginners. So, but things can change. So
Well, the people have said, including in the chat, that GNOME out of the box is terrible. So I was really happy to hear Ubuntu asking what extensions you wanted and your input on it and everything, because right when it first happened, we were all like, well, what are they going to do to it? What extensions are they going to install by default? Are they going to make it look like Unity? Well, I don't think they're going to go to make it look exactly like Unity, but they are going to put some effort into some extensions and making it look better than what it normally looks like out of the box. So I'm excited to actually see what's going to look like,
well, I
because
think
I do
Canonicals,
enjoy using
yeah.
them.
No, it's kind of fun to tinker with. But I did a live event on GNOME versus Windows 10, and I think I had to install or install and turn on about 10 extensions. That's a lot to ask for a beginner. So I think Canonical saw my live event and said, "Holy crap, Toss says it ain't friendly." So, that's what I think. Sure, yeah, right. But yeah, it took me a good hour, and but it still felt sluggish. So
Yeah.
you know,
Your mic went out there, chicken. He's talking. Your mic went
yeah.
out, dude. It must be like a loose connection with your mic. There it is.
Uh,
Okay.
No.
I believe it
Yeah.
is. Okay.
it's still sunny there. Like, where are you at?
I'm in Arizona right now.
Ah, you lucky bee. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
just baking.
Cool.
Well, I think the hardest part with GNOME is that no matter what corner you're coming from, it's different than GNOME by a long shot on almost every single part of it. So I think a lot of the aim is to make it somewhat more familiar to newer users.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that survey with the Canonical team. But
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I was disappointed with the survey was I think they should have put a section in there for you to suggest an extension, at least just one. Show us your favorite extension, and in like a comment section. That way, because all they really gave you was a multiple choice.
yeah.
And if yours wasn't in there, like, okay, for example, one of my favorites is the Sound Applet Chooser. Okay, so I would be able to, I should have been able to, or at least in my opinion, if they would have done it right, I should have been able to choose that or put that in there.
I have one favorite extension.
What's
Mate.
going on, man? Monte.
Mate is my favorite extension.
That's the one.
When I installed GNOME, I installed the GNOME, was it GNOME fallback mode or flashback or something? Man, it works great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mate is my favorite extension in GNOME. So,
GNOME recovery mode.
Yeah.
That's it.
So what's going on, man? Who's the new arrival, anyway?
I'm Alex Smith from Belgium.
Alex, what's going on, brother?
Belgium.
Oh, it's heat wave.
It's a heat
Oh,
wave.
is
Yeah.
Can't sleep. Too hot.
Well, I love Belgium cookies.
And fries. French
What time?
fries.
What time is it there, Alex?
It's now 4:30.
Wow.
No, man, you really can't sleep. Holy
That's
mackerel.
right. You are, yeah.
Insomniac.
Yep. So what do you run, Alex?
What do you say?
What do you run as far as a distro or Linux?
Windows 10.
You run Windows 10?
So he's the smart one out of the
Oh
bunch,
my gosh!
besides me.
Besides you. Yeah. Oh, did you ever mess with Linux, Alex?
I have tried Ubuntu,
And didn't like it?
but you have to know about the architecture. I don't know much about the architecture. I'm more familiar with Windows.
Right.
But it runs fine.
What do you think of Linux Mint?
I never tried it.
Tried Mint Mate
I
for
think
the
that's where a
win.
lot of people go.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
where
they've
I
done
was
a good
for
job. Yeah,
at one point.
really, ever since 09, 08, and 2010, the team at Mint have done a great job of trying to make it user friendly out of the box, and that's why I still use it. So
Windows has its problems also. I think they have problems with the legacy of Windows. There's still old files in the system from Windows 95.
Oh yeah.
They keep it.
Oh yeah. They may have a new kernel in there, but everything else is exactly the same.
I guess
I'm-
that proves that it's been stable 20 years. I don't know.
That's true. I guess it's the XFC part of the system.
I live in Europe. I don't have Cortana. It's not included.
Oh, it's
Is it
not.
not?
Oh,
No.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
sorry
not
to hear that.
nice.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I have never used Cortana, so I don't know. Does it work well or what?
It's it. Oh, I've used Cortana quite a bit, and
I like flirting with it. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of fun actually. I messed around with it and got it to be kind of aggressive. It turns out if you tweak, because I had a Windows 8 phone, and that was kind of, you could break it down a little more. So in terms of user experience, it's quite all right. Siri, by a long shot, I'd say still beats it. I've
Okay.
used Siri in it. It's been a much better experience in terms of pulling up the proper results, more or less understanding speech patterns and context.
I don't use it anymore. I mean, I was curious. I thought about buying the Alexa thing, what the Echo Dot.
Yeah.
I saw one on Amazon for like $38, like a refurbished,
Oh, wow.
which is kind of low price.
Yeah.
I thought about buying that. That might be more user friendly, but
I would say so. I was speaking in the Telegram group a while back, and it was in regards to certain regions it working better than others. And so one of the issues was that even with the Google Assistant, apparently over in Europe, it's kind of sketchy. It doesn't work as well as it should. You get between like news articles just not being proper. You'll have more luck essentially just going to google.com and clicking on the news tab is the general thing that I've heard, which is
I wonder if the translation gets lost, overseas. I'm not really sure.
I thought so too. The
Yeah,
translation. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I mean, it works pretty good here in the States, as far as I know. But
Yeah, but for me, I don't know if I'd have a use case for something like that. I mean, like, I don't have any, I don't have anything like smart home wise to turn off and on lights like certain people use it for.
I don't
I don't
either.
know what I don't have a smart TV. I don't know what I would use it for. It really wouldn't benefit me, I don't think.
It's more of a like I can put it maybe like in my bedroom and then say, Alexa, set alarm for Alexa, play some jazz, or give me the latest CNBC news or Linux news, and it can just
Right.
to make it, versus grabbing my phone, turning it on, go
Right.
to the news article, or grab my tablet. Oh, I forgot the chart, because I think the Echo and stays plugged in all the time.
yeah.
So I could see where that could be useful. I mean, as far as the automation thing, I don't think I would use that. But, wake up in the morning, hey, play some, Frank Sinatra, or what's the latest Linux news, something like that. Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
for what, $40-$50?
Right. Yeah,
I-
that could be a use case, I
I
guess.
have a question. I have a question for you guys.
What's up?
Do you know anything about motherboards?
If you crack it, throw it away.
American
Yeah.
American Megatrends, Foxconn.
Yep.
I
Okay.
I tried to flash my BIOS, but it didn't work. It's an old. It's
The older ones are a lot more difficult. I'll give you that. About how old would you say it is?
2010.
Oh, that's not too bad. The
Little,
thing
but
is with
not too
American,
bad. Yeah.
their motherboards are usually kind of like mass production, pre-built machine type motherboards. So you'll probably run into a lot more issues with those than you will with going out and getting one of the build it yourself type motherboards. That's usually
I have bought a new machine yesterday with a Ryzen processor and digital drive.
Nice.
It's very good.
When do you get that?
Yesterday. a Ryzen processor. Ryzen AMD.
Yep.
It's digital drive. 2 terabytes.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a lot. 2 terabytes. Save a lot of games.
You are
Chicken,
only
you got
talking
Ryzen,
about
don't you?
Linux. You talk only about Linux.
Well,
But
we talk mostly about Linux, so.
it's interesting also to hear what you have to. Maybe I can learn a few things from.
Well, you need to start distro hopping, man. You
I
need to
did it
buy
for a lot
yourself
of
a second
years.
drive and just
Yeah.
put it on and just start trying out distros.
Excuse me for my accent.
No
I try
problem.
to.
It's all good, man.
I'll just tell you that I've been messing with Linux since '06, a long time, and I've distro hop. In fact, I had Bunny Rapid saying, "Will you stop it? I can't keep up with you." But after a certain number of years, probably up until 2012, 2013, I said, this is just not worth it. Out of the hundreds of different Linux distros, and then the forks, the offshoots, you take, and I think I read where there's a total, when you count all the variables and customizations of Linux, there's like 600 choices. Maybe only a handful are really, really good and polished, in
Yep.
my opinion. And out of that handful, I can pick maybe 5 that I would use. And they all have the word mate in it or mate, but it's great to experiment, to try different things. But the number one thing I've noticed with Linux is it's predictably unpredictable. Hardware, will the hardware match the software? Will the marriage work? Video drivers, video cards. I'm running this in Linux Mint, and apparently my video card, there's no updated. I call them the special drivers for video.
Yep.
So my screen goes randomly blank. Now you guys don't see it. It goes blank a few seconds. It comes back on. So I've learned to live with it because I don't want to buy a new PC. Because if I change a video card, I have to change the power supply and add some more RAM. It's just not worth it.
No.
But that's why only a handful of Linux-based operating systems are truly, truly polished. I came across the Ubuntu podcast from a couple of weeks ago, and System 76 was mentioned. Now, they are based in Colorado here in the States, and they sell just Linux desktops, laptops with Ubuntu Unity. Well, Unity is being dropped. So will they continue? How will sales go? But one of the guest hosts were saying that half of the people who buy those machines with Ubuntu Unity wanted something else on it. So what does that tell you? But yeah, Linux Mint over the years, they've done an excellent, excellent job to make it as stable as possible, really, for everybody. Now, it's not for power users like Arch or something like it, but it wasn't designed for that. But for people like me, somewhat like intermediate, not so much advanced, I would consider a somewhat advanced in Linux who uses only Linux. I really don't. I use both Windows and Linux. But Linux Mint, they've done a terrific job. And didn't the Mate desktop originate from Linux Mint? I can't remember.
Mate was a fork of GNOME, GNOME 2.
Right. But yeah, and I noticed Linux Mint doesn't have a GNOME desktop. They have what? XFCE,
Yep.
Debian, KDE, and Mate, right? And Mate.
And Cinnamon is their flagship.
Cinnamon. I've tried Cinnamon. That has its quirks too. So
They all have their
I've still got a
quirks, dude.
machine running 17.3 that I installed when it first came out, and it's running just fine. I haven't even upgraded, and I've had no problems with it. I mean,
Okay.
so even on an old version, it's just a great experience overall.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had issues with it, and that was the biggest part.
Well, I keep going back to the old GNOME 2 look because there's something to be said about speed and stability. And I mean, think about it. If you buy a car, do you want it always breaking down because it's unstable?
I mean, if you're a mechanic, sure.
Yeah, sure.
No, not with your daily driver. You don't want it to be.
You really don't. Now, if you have like a couple spare machines like I do, okay. But I keep coming back to the GNOME 2 look, and there's a reason. It's simple. I can go
there's a
straight
reason
to
the
it.
start
So.
menu has lasted this long. It's because users like it. I mean, it's functional and it doesn't get in the way anytime you're doing something. I mean, it's just a quick overlay. You can get to what you need to get to quickly and efficiently.
Well, let's not forget that Linus Torvalds called GNOME 3 an unholy mess. Now, some may say, well, he doesn't mean that now. It doesn't matter what he says now. He said it 6 years ago, and I think I don't think he said it when he was drunk. So I'm pretty
Has
sure
GNOME
he
3 been
meant
this
it.
way for like 6 years now?
20. When did Unity come out? 2011, right? Yeah.
Ski,
Right,
what's
Rocco?
going on, man?
Yeah.
Wow, it's older than I thought it was.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. It was 20. I had to pick. Because I was using Ubuntu with GNOME 2.
Right.
So I had to pick one. Either GNOME Shell, GNOME 3, or Unity. And again, with GNOME 3, I was like, man, this looks really slick, but it's I got to tweak this and tweak that. With Unity, there was very little tweaking. So, I don't think
It's a quick
I
out
don't
of the
think it
box
was as bad.
experience.
Yeah. So, I mean, Linus Torvalds called it unholy mess. Well, I don't think it was unholy. Come on.
It's not that bad.
I'm an eight-
It's not usable, okay, out of the box.
I'm a,
But when you put them extensions in, it's good.
I'm an atheist. I'm a non-believer.
Yep. Ski, what's
Well-
going on? Your mic is not working, Ski. Your mic is not working for whatever reason.
What if his mic is working and he's a mime?
Maybe. Well, he was not he must have turned to mime since like last week because he was talking last week.
He's practicing.
No sound.
No sound. You may have to switch the setting in appear in Ski, and then it'll ask you to reconnect or whatever.
I think I'm
Well, you know what?
crazy
I
enough to do this
tried-
on my phone.
I tried Unity right before they announced the decision to say they were moving away from it. That was the first time that not the
Really?
first time I installed it. It was the first time I was actually going to run it. I had installed it once before, and it just, okay, and I just went by it. But it was right before it was like 2 days before they made the announcement. I installed it, and I actually made a video, dude, of it saying, hey, this is like this, and this is my first time trying it, like running it, and it's still sitting there unedited. I never released it because they said they were dropping it.
Well, I mean, it was easy to get used to 6 years ago, so that's why I kind of liked it. It wasn't as high as a
released
learning
as a
curve. So,
You fell in love with the system. It's
Well-
lovely.
6 years ago, so that's why I kind of liked it.
Can you hear me now?
I
Yes.
can hear you now, but you got to mute the stream
Yeah.
so that we don't hear the echo.
I think
Well,
that was the wrong mute.
Yeah, that was the wrong
Wrong
mute.
mute.
Mute the YouTube stream, not your not your appearance.
Yeah, there's a bunch of nonsense here anyway, so go ahead.
Yeah, but we always made fun of Unity, and we always said, hey, like this is like
How about that?
that's
Okay.
better.
Oh, there we are.
What's going on, Ski?
Hey, Big Daddy.
What's up, man?
Hey, Toss.
I'm just here watching Ancient Aliens because there's nothing better to watch, as you can see. But no, just kidding. Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Friday night is usually Ancient Aliens night, but they repeat it over. We're now catch it, this weekend coming up. But it's one of the few things I watch. It's more out of curiosity. I mean, 90% of it is but there's always that 1 to 10% where, well, that's unusual, that's interesting, and that's what I usually try to catch. And I like the host, that Giorgio Tsoukalos. Have you seen him? Yeah, his hairdo, man, it looks like he stuck his fingers like in 220 volts, and his hair just.
I've never seen it, so
We've got a duck at the local duck pond here that has this kind of like feather on the top of his head. It looks exactly like that. It's just all frayed. It's
Well,
great.
there's a game, Ancient Aliens for Android, and I think I downloaded one of my tablets. I have to try it. It's just out of curiosity. But you said you're in Arizona. That's a hotbed for like like UFO
Yeah.
watchers and
Oh, I would like to visit Arizona. I want to see
It's really nice.
the Grand Canyon. I want,
It's a lot deeper than this.
and the Strip in Vegas. The Strip
Yeah,
in Vegas,
I think
Vegas,
that's in Nevada.
Nevada.
Nevada, Vegas. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They
Vegas is
don't have
quite a
any of
sight.
that in Belgium?
It's a desert.
It's like Disneyland for adults, I guess.
Well, Belgium they got cookies and cakes, but that's about it, right?
Oh, okay.
chocolate.
Chocolate,
Chocolate. Oh yeah,
Chocolate.
Belgian
French,
Shore.
French fries. Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Maybe it's
You-
Belgian.
Mayonnaise.
Belgian fries.
You American, you put everywhere mayonnaise.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't.
Nah, come on.
I mean, I don't put it on my pasta. Come on.
Right?
Oh, you're missing out.
Ketchup.
okay.
Ketchup. Oh man.
Got you. Got you.
We're trying to catch up here.
So is Linux popular in Belgium?
Nothing wrong. I don't know.
I guess. Well, since you don't know, that means probably not.
It's
I'm sure
probably
you would-
not.
It's probably not.
I need to ask.
I'm just saying.
Are you a programmer? Or a developer?
No.
I'm not. No, I just like to tinker with it. I've learned a lot though over the course of 11 years. So
I can imagine.
yeah,
A lot of-
I had a stack
room
of
there.
like 100 like CDs of like
Yeah.
bootable discs.
You stay faithful on the system.
Well, I mean, I picked only a few that I like. So
You never
know.
tried another one? You never tried another one? System.
not so much. I mean, I'll tinker here and there. What's the last thing that I looked at? Was it Ubuntu? No, no, it wasn't. It was Elementary that I kind of tinkered with. But I mean, it's okay. It was more out of curiosity. But once I get settled in with the Mate desktop and everything works, why would I want to switch? Like the saying goes, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So
Yeah, that's right. But
know,
there are a lot.
If it's
There
not
are a lot
broken,
of,
fix it until
Yeah.
it is.
there are a lot of other systems on the market.
well, guys who like to fork things are like, hey, it's not broken. Great, let's try and break something.
That's me on a daily basis.
So
I need something to do, right?
Thinking you are always installing something. Always.
I am. It's just ridiculous. It really is.
So in
Well,
Arizona, when you go to your Best Buy in Arizona, is there a Linux desktop there, or that's
Actually, there isn't. Not even a hint of it anywhere.
not even
Not
here
even
in,
just in terms of hardware.
nothing?
Not even like software on the sets. Nothing.
Maybe a Chromebook. I think I saw at the Best Buy. I can't remember.
Well,
Maybe.
I think I saw it at one point, but no. Currently, no.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know why Google. They've got the resources to make a mass-marketed desktop based off Linux, put in Android. I mean,
Certainly.
how many billions of these devices you have and just sync it with your Android desktop, just like Apple has theirs. Why not? But for some reason, they don't want to. So something's going on that I can't quite figure out.
Fuchsia. That's it.
Yeah, well, I don't understand what the whole thing about Fuchsia, though. I don't understand why you would start something completely different.
Right.
I think it has to do with monopoly. Monopoly position. They all
On
restricted.
themselves.
Look, there's a lot of people who don't like Windows 10 because of the politics, the forced updates, like you were saying, Rocco, and the privacy. Although once you get on the web, do you have privacy? But putting that
too much.
aside, yeah, Windows 10 works, but then so people looking for an alternative that works, and right now it's only Mac.
I think they are on the wrong foot, Microsoft. They try to connect to the people, but the people they don't listen. They think they listen, but they don't like the invasion of the privacy.
Yeah,
Certainly.
yeah,
And that's why I like the open source from
Yeah.
Linux.
right.
Attracts me.
Sure. It's
We
in some
can
ways
all-
it's easier. Yeah.
We can all do be an asset to the collective.
Like we are the Borg, you'll be assimilated. Internet Star Trek resistance is futile.
Of course.
We will add your Linux to our own.
I stumbled upon this. I was on YouTube. I clicked, and I was here.
Welcome.
Are we on YouTube? No.
Yeah.
Oh,
think so.
I believe so.
What do you
Yeah.
guys think about
I'm gonna-
Windows including Linux within them? And there was that news, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of yawned, but
Is it real or what is the?
Well, you're not going to be able to
Oh,
run a full distro inside of it. You're just
No.
basically getting the
the
shell
bash.
and everything.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, pretty
I mean,
much.
it's more for specific users than
And it
anything.
doesn't work in the Windows 10s machine. I think I did
Right.
a news thing.
Are
and
they
I'm
just
like,
trying to attract developers or?
That's what it seemed like.
maybe.
Of course, I guess we can't really sell what their true intentions are, but that's their marketing
Yeah.
point. So
My philosophy is if you need to use Linux, then boot into Linux. If you have to use Windows, like for gaming, then boot into Windows. That's why I dual boot.
yeah,
It's simple. So
it's gotten a lot better than it has been.
I always kept my Windows. I was dual booting, and I kept the Windows for the gaming. But when my Windows 10 all of a sudden went dead, I mean, all my peripherals, my keyboard, my mouse, everything went dead one day, just out of the blue. Guess what?
I haven't had any. It's been pretty reliable. I will give Windows. I mean, I've installed it on 1, 2, 3 machines. Windows 10. I mean, I don't like the forced
Creators
updates.
update.
Yeah, I got that installed. Definitely on this one. Don't know about the backup one, but seems okay. Yeah.
Because I was fine before the creators update. It was
Yeah.
shortly after that everything went dead.
Well, Microsoft issued a statement, and they said
Yeah,
they were going to wait for the full because there was some incompatibility with some of the hardware. I took a gamble on mine. I did it. I did the install. I kind of forced it, and it worked out okay. But I think it wasn't too long after the official rollout they said, "Hang on, wait." So I guess they're human too.
Yeah, I got burned by that. It kind of reminded me of what when Manjaro came out with that update, and
Yeah.
there was
Bork people's systems. Yeah.
yeah, reminded me.
I
Of that.
tried it last year, and I remember going to the PacMax office, but or turning on the AUR, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I clicked that. It says, "Caution, this can be dangerous," or something like. Oh my god! So I did an update video. So what I did. So hi, this is Tossed. I turned on the AUR and it was dangerous. So I grabbed my fire extinguisher. Here you go, just in case. So Spatry says, Spatry's couple Linux says you do not need a fire extinguisher to try Manjaro, but it sure sounded like it. I mean, it says oh my god, it kind of spooked me in a way, But
Yeah,
I had it in my old ThinkPad for a few months, but for some reason, in the beginning it was fine, but then it got buggy as time went on. So I tried. I gave it a shot, but
That's my experience with Manjaro always. It starts out okay, or well, at least for the main edition, XFCE starts out okay, and then it just after a week or two, it just blows up. So
I
just
knew
stuff,
I was
just
in
stuff
trouble.
starts going in wrong.
Well, it didn't blow up. I didn't have to use my fire extinguisher, but I knew I was in trouble when I couldn't play CDs, and of course the crew says, "Well, who plays CDs anymore?" That's not the point.
wait! I gotta tell you this. I go through the KD Neon Telegram group, and I said to them, they just came out with 5.9.5, right, for the regular edition, and they came out with 5.8.7 for the LTS. So they've been sticking to 0.1 through 5 all this time. So I was wondering why they went to 0.7. And I said to the Telegram group, can somebody explain the whole numbering system to me of why they're going to 0.7? And they all just light up. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just asked that ridiculous question. Why do you need to know? Like, I mean, I was like, wow, holy mackerel.
Nice friendly group.
Yeah, well, I got more questions than I got actual answers. It was more, why do you need to know this, kind of thing. I'm like, this is like the perfect reason why people don't ask Linux people questions.
I should have been on that chat and said, "What's your freaking problem, huh?"
Yeah, we needed the toss connection to tell.
I mean, I did finally get the answer. One of the guys, said it, but it was like, yeah, it was like pulling teeth trying to get to the reason. So
I would ask them a simpler question like, "How do I replace tire rods in my Buick?" Let me
Well, the arch, the arch community always seemed to be not as user friendly or newbie friendly, right? Isn't that always been the?
I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time in like a lot of community. One of the reasons why I started this channel back in 2010 is to give Windows users a format, a platform for them to stop and ask questions, because I was a newbie too, so I get it. You will have a lot of questions, and I think new users, just like anybody else, they want to be treated with respect, like you, Rod, like you asked the question. So maybe it was a silly question, but if you don't know the answer, it's not a silly question. So when I had the channel, I didn't have all the answers, but I would try to find the answers because I get it, but I guess some comments today, some of the community still aren't friendly. I don't know. I try to find the answer myself, and then I'll do a video, just post it and reply to a comment. I don't mention the friendly versus unfriendly because it's, why go there?
Right. Well, it's usually not the developing community that's this way. It's usually just the users out there that use Linux or happen to be that way. And it was funny because, like, when I asked the question, if you condense it all down from the beginning of the time I asked the question to the line where I got the answer, and the answer was simple. Well, because of it's an LTS, we did this, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And if we would have just cut out all of that middle part of all that crap of asking, why are you asking this? This is ridiculous. Hey, that would have been a perfect a 5-second conversation. Why is this? Well, it's this way because of this. Boom, and it would have been perfect.
Look, people are going to have their thoughts on technology and what works and what doesn't work, and what's their favorite, and I completely understand that. But when you start going into the language that's completely unnecessary, I don't go there. There was one video which I took off. I deleted it. It was 4 years ago, I think, why Windows users can't switch to Linux. And that was comparing Linux to Windows 7, which now we have Windows 10. So it's not, that's why I took it down. But I think it had 800 likes and 800 dislikes. And you guys can probably figure out who liked what or disliked. So the comments were all over the place. One guy says, dude, you hit the nail on the head. To the other side of the comments, you have no freaking idea what you're talking about. So I'm like, pick one. Now, I wasn't offended because I have a feeling if all you like is Windows, of course Windows is the best. If all you like is Linux or all you use is Linux, of course Linux is the best. But I use both, and I tell it like it is, good or bad for both. But I'm not going to insult anybody. You use Manjaro. What is your? I mean, that's why. Now, if you do it like in a friendly setting like this and joking, that's fine. But it's some of the comments in the past, man, they were pretty hysterical. But I didn't go there. I might make one or two replies, but then there's no sense in dragging that on because nothing will get accomplished. So
right.
To each his own. Each his own. I don't like the transition from Windows with the apps. I don't like it.
Windows 10. It's I was looking for the official YouTube app, and I don't think they have an official YouTube app in Windows 10, which is surprising. So I downloaded. I tested an app called. I think it's called AwesomeTube, which caught my attention. Hey, let's call it AwesomeTube. No, but I downloaded it. It actually works pretty good. So I did a review that I have to edit and do the upload, but AwesomeTube, sure.
Right. Well, I was on Windows the other day, and I was trying to sign into my account, so I had to change my one logo. So I had to actually sign into my account
Yeah,
and
yeah.
get my email.
Mhm.
So I tried out the Windows Mail app for the
Mhm.
first time in a long time,
Mhm.
and it was actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was nicer than any Linux mail app that we have, and
Okay.
that includes Thunderbird,
Okay.
Evolution, Geary.
Okay.
And I was pretty impressed, actually. I'm thinking to myself, man, if we could only have something like this in Windows, it'd be awesome. I mean, in Linux.
Linux, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Windows,
pretty good.
yeah, Windows
I
has
like
its moments.
Evolution. You
So
don't like Evolution?
I'm actually trying it out right now. I had tried it out a couple times before, but it wasn't. I used a lot of filters at one time,
Okay.
and it would take forever to go through all of these filters when you would check. Because I have like 10 accounts, 10 email accounts in there. And with multiple filters on it, it would just, I mean, where Thunderbird just goes bam, bam, bam and goes right through it, Evolution would just take all of this time.
Hmm.
So I didn't mess with it any more than that. But since installing Elementary, I tried out Geary, so I figured, well, it's a good time to try out Evolution too. So I've been trying both, and I think I actually like Evolution better than Geary.
I did have one problem after the update, the creators update. I couldn't log into my or connect to the Windows 10. So it came up like oops or
Yeah,
something. I'm like, oops,
I
what
have
do you mean? Someone.
the
So
same problem.
I had to go into the PowerShell and type in some commands to reset it or something, and that worked. But that was unusual. Other than that, I play that racing game, Asphalt 8 Airborne. It's like a jazzed up Need for Speed, and I really enjoy that game. So there's something about racing games and knocking over drivers and saying, "Yeah, keep on texting. Yeah, go ahead."
I had the same problem. The same problem with the settings.
Settings.
You need to go to the settings apps. You
Mm.
can reset it.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, you can set it off and then it works
Mm.
normally.
Okay.
Well, I usually play Battlefield 1, and I usually play Shadow of Mordor.
On
And
Windows?
on Windows. Those are the two games that I'm usually playing. Other
The
than that,
oldest,
I'm running Linux.
the older scrolls.
You play the Elder
Oh,
Scrolls?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I heard that's a
Sky.
good one. Yeah.
I heard it add to.
I usually play on my Xbox One. Every once in a while, I'll get into the Halo mood.
Oh
You
yeah.
know.
I've never
Yeah.
actually played Halo because I've never had I've never had an Xbox. So
They've done a good job. My first exposure to Halo was, Jesus, '05. Some friends of mine were talking, and they mentioned Halo, and I didn't know anything about it. So I said, "Oh, is that a good mate? And like, is that a good game?" And one of them looked at me like, "What are you, stupid?" But so
Are you?
I played it on my PC, and I'm like, "Well, this is like a movie." Not as time went on, I bought some of the books, I bought the soundtracks, and Microsoft, I mean, that is their signature game.
Okay.
right.
And that was probably what really set the standard for these type of first-person shooter games that play like a movie. This is back, actually, that came out in '01 with the launch of the Xbox, the very first one. But I got exposed to it in '05, and I'm playing, of course, back then I had a single core computer. So, so I'm playing the game, and these aliens are coming at you like these blobs. And because of I guess I had the resolution set too high. Instead of coming at you like boom, 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 it was like slow motion ballet dancing. But I played it, then I bought it for the Xbox 360, and of course you played at full speed, and it's pretty impressive. They did a really good job. The music guy, the conductor of the music, Martin O'Donnell, he gave an interview which was really eye-opening. He says he was approached by the powers that be, and they told Marty, and I guess he made his name writing jingles. I guess Marty wrote that one commercial where the Flintstone kids,
Right.
anyway.
The vitamin commercial?
Yeah, that's it. That's his thing.
Oh,
So
my.
yeah. I mean, I didn't know, but Microsoft approached him and said, "We want to introduce Halo to the world." And Marty, I guess it sounded so grandiose and like a majestic. This is before cell phones and You know, he says, wow, wow. So we're driving in my car, and I guess he saw the game, but there was no music. It was just, I guess
There's a,
gameplay. And he
there's
says
a,
he's driving in this car, and he had this vision of monks. Just, I mean, he has a gift, so he's thinking, oh, like, yeah, and that's how the Halo.
Oh
Oh, I'm
yeah.
like, wow, that's cool. So he says he went straight home because there was no smartphones back then, and he started writing it down. I guess write the music down, and the Halo music was born. Imagine that.
Huh.
It's classic. So why they won't make a Halo movie is beyond me.
A Halo movie.
They were going to do it back in 2007, 2000. They actually had contracted a writer. I guess they paid the writer $1 million. They had the script. They started filming in New Zealand. Don't ask me why. I think they had the director from Lord of the Rings to do it. And then the deal fell through. I don't know what happened. I think Ridley Scott would be a perfect director for Halo. Yeah, he put out the latest Alien movie. So
See
um,
now, Toss, if you had an Alexa, you could just ask her what happened to the Halo movie. That's a
yeah, well,
perfect, perfect
she'll probably
scenario
say,
for
"I'm sorry, I can't help you with that."
there's,
But
a, there's a new edition from the Xbox coming up. I heard.
yeah, what's it called? Project Scorpion, I think it's called. I
I
can't remember. Yeah.
I play on PlayStation 4.
Okay.
No PlayStation. I do streaming a little, also Skyrim.
Okay.
I started.
I didn't buy the PlayStation because Halo is only for the Xbox, and that's the only reason why I have an Xbox. So
Well, I used to have a console years ago. I used to have a few consoles years ago, but that was like when it wasn't ridiculous and they came out with a new console every year, and none of the games were backwards compatible and all that.
What
So
was it?
they,
Atari.
yeah. Pong, bing, bing.
no, I mean I did. I mean I know it was my cousins who had an Atari because at the time we didn't have stuff like that. But
Yeah, with
now I'm
that
talking like the
joystick,
first
Yeah.
Nintendo. Nintendo. Then it went into Nintendo 64. PlayStation came out
Yeah,
with
it's
PlayStation One,
grown.
and
Well, the Xbox One is okay. I mean, it does everything it has to do. I have like movie apps on there. It really does. It really is like an entertainment. So I think nowadays they're like $300 and it does it all. It's not bad, you know.
dude, there
Um,
was nothing better than GoldenEye on
I
on
have
Nintendo 64, dude.
I have gold I have GoldenEye
The
Reloaded.
movie or the game?
The game, dude, the
Oh,
game. It was absolutely awesome.
Commodore 64.
oh,
I remember that. Yeah, sure.
oh,
It was with audio from the radio cassette.
oh, wow.
That's long ago.
Yeah.
I feel old.
They had cassette then?
Yes.
I'm trying to find out what happened to the Halo movie.
I thought, yeah, because I thought Commodore 64 was before cassettes.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I don't know.
the game. That's right.
Yeah.
The game. We're like, okay.
You're probably right. Yeah. You're right.
I'm thinking cassettes music wise, but there were like cassettes, the games that went into the Commodore 64, right?
Yeah, right.
Mm,
Okay.
mhm.
Man, I never played on that.
Perfect Dark, yeah.
I have that.
Another awesome game.
Perfect Dark. Yeah, that cool looking chick. Yeah,
What?
right. Right. Doesn't
Another-
that have the girl?
another
She's like a
one
girl
was,
assassin. Yeah.
Project. What is it? Project IGI? It was I'm going in. It was an acronym. IGI. I'm going in. It was another James Bond type game. It was awesome too.
Yeah. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back.
Yep.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'll be
Now we got two Arnolds here. Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Good to be here.
I remember the Leisure Suit Larry games on
Mm-hmm.
PC. Those are old, like real old PC games. Leisure Suit Larry.
Well, I don't know if anybody's interested, and you guys are probably not interested in it, but if anybody in the chat's interested in it, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is on sale right now for $22.
Is it available on Linux?
It's not bad.
No,
No.
no, it's a Windows game.
Yeah, wasn't that like a Halo was based in space, right, or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, it was. They went all spaced out on us.
Okay.
What's a good blow up or blow them up kind of game for Linux? I like to blow things up.
Well, let me open up my Steam. And
Just
I'll tell
download Manjaro. It'll blow up. No, but
you. Yeah,
just kidding, Manjaro
that's
developers.
just a game.
just
That's not a
kidding.
game, Toss. That's not a game.
No, that's a for sure thing.
All right,
that's,
so
that's when push come to shove. It's the one that got away.
what's
Yeah.
in
You
my,
want to get away?
what's in my library here? Alien Isolation. That was a decent game.
Yeah, somebody posted the whole gameplay missions without that person talking, and that plays out almost like a good movie.
Yeah.
That would have made a good movie, actually. It's really.
I don't know if you've ever seen him, but artist Caleb. He's a YouTuber. He streams gameplay tutorials, and he's one hilarious guy, dude. I mean, the guy. I could sit there and listen to him all day long because
What's his name?
artist Caleb, and he does all kinds of walkthroughs and gameplay tutorials and stuff. But he did the whole walkthrough through Alien Isolation, and it was comic. I mean, it was a great thing to just sit there and watch it because he was like getting scared through the thing. He's jumping. I mean,
It was
hilarious,
epic.
dude.
It was epic.
Yep, it was.
Huge.
But that
Like-
does play natively on Linux, so that is one game. And then you got, let's see, I got Half-Life. Half-Life 2 was like one of the best games ever.
Do you blow stuff up in that?
You can blow stuff up in that, yep.
Okay.
It's a shoot 'em up game.
Boy, this is a violent screencast tonight.
It is.
Phew.
A lot of guns going on.
Gaming.
You guys knew the bootstrap paradox.
What was that?
Bootstrap. Look it up on Google. Bootstrap paradox.
Bootstrap.
Bootstrap.
I'll have to write that one down too. 'Cause I was always a big BattleNet fan. All the games, I have a lot of games from BattleNet, but I can only play them on Windows. And I'm certainly not willing to try the wine or, you know.
I smoke
Like-
Belgian cigars. Belgian
course.
cigar. Not from Cuba, eh?
You're not back from Cuba, man? Come on, man.
Cuba Libre.
Like no, it's not. It's not uploaded yet. We recorded on Friday. We release it on Monday, so it'll be up on Monday. But yeah. So anyway, there's a couple of different games that are pretty good on Linux. I mean, there was a lot of games. I'm just talking shoot 'em up games and stuff.
There was one I tried on Linux that was pretty good. Alien something? I can't remember. Or maybe that was Windows. I don't know. I lost track.
Great. Yeah.
Remember.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or CSGO as they call it. That's native to Linux. Dirt Rally racing game. I tried that. That is so difficult.
I think that's the one
steer.
that's one of them. Yeah.
That is so difficult to steer without a joystick, dude. Or without whatever you need to use. I mean, like on the keyboard.
That's the fun of it.
I was like all over the place, dude.
Mhm.
And then Insurgency is another one.
Surgeons. Let me check
Left
that.
4 Dead 2 is a zombie type game.
Yeah, I don't like the zombie ones. That's kind of. I have nightmares after those.
Well, Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor is one of my favorite games, and that is native to Linux too, and that's like a sword fighting game.
Okay.
I remember watching a Call of Duty. My son was playing it years ago, the zombie, and someone hacked it. So instead of seeing your gun to shoot, you had your finger shooting.
Oh my gosh!
Bullet time.
It's kind of
Bullet
funny,
time.
actually.
You know bullet time? Bullet time is slow motion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bullet time. Yeah.
Skyrim is keep going on and on. I think by myself, when does it stop? It goes on and on, the storyline. You can play Skyrim for 5 years.
Yeah, that's like that new Stellaris game, isn't it? Where it just takes forever.
That was
Read
just
my-
in the Humble Bundle, Stellaris.
Read my lips endlessly.
I used to enjoy the gamer tag names for Halo. You would have these silly names like Mr. Poopy Pants, Daddy Fat Sack.
Well, I actually
Which one
like
was yours, boss?
I ain't saying, but it was clean. It was clean.
I actually like the Sherlock Holmes series of games, but they're only for Windows, so
Why do you keep throwing those out?
I'm sorry.
Because it's
Shane
elementary,
says
my
that-
dear
Are
Rocco.
you back
Yeah.
to Windows, Big Daddy?
No, Shane says Rocket League's a good Linux game.
Rocket League. That's that car playing soccer game, right?
Yeah, people keep telling me about it. I have not bought it.
You're not blowing anything up in it, though.
I just don't know about it. And
Do you guys do anything else besides this?
of course
Besides
not.
blowing things up, not according to this crew here.
Wait,
no,
it's
yeah.
Friday night, dude, on 10:30, and,
right.
and we're all talking. So I guess we don't do a whole lot.
You look like you're warm there. Is it hot where you are?
I am so freaking hot, dude.
Not you, Big Daddy. Our buddy from Belgium.
It is 63.
You look it looks hazy there, like it's hot or something.
No, it's 5:30 here.
Is it hot?
Hot. It's reasonably.
Reasonably hot and 5:30.
Tomorrow, 30 to 30 Celsius.
That's warm.
That's warm.
Yeah, 30. That's what, like 80 some degrees, something like that.
5:30 at night or in the morning?
In the morning,
Oh
a.m.
my goodness!
He's ahead of me. He's
Should
ahead
you
of
be
us.
sleeping?
No, because he came on because he wants tips on blowing things up. So
Right.
Well, oh,
I'm just traveling around the world here with Ancient Aliens. Now I'm in Turkey. Yay!
Find your gigs on Route 66.
Yes.
yes. Yeah, hopefully they're not watching this. NSA or whatever. Oh, he wants to blow things up, huh?
Yeah.
Knocking down my door.
I'm
Knock
telling
on
you.
the
Well, they
door.
don't have to knock down your door. You let it open. You said before.
Your enemy of the state.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Yes.
I'll let you know if there's a SWAT team behind you, Ski.
Okay, you're gonna watch over my shoulder.
I'll watch your back, dude.
Yeah.
I have seen it
Not
on YouTube.
games, it might
I have SWAT teams seen on YouTube.
Oh no.
Careful, you might be
It was-
dominated.
It was a raid. A raid.
I'll be back.
Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
We are the Borg.
Gonna turn into a Terminator stream.
I'll be back.
We are the Borg. We will add your biological kernels to our own.
Okay, we've lost it now.
This is Major Tom from Ground Control. Do you read? Copy?
Yeah, we copy.
Now I know why where he's at. There's a lot of smoke. Now I know why.
Yeah, right.
Read.
Yeah.
They aren't cigars, let me tell you.
Come to Europe. Go to Holland. Amsterdam.
I heard it's. I've seen videos. It's pretty nice over there in Amsterdam.
We're seeing it right now.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
You see one rotting, polluting, stinking town.
Oh no! Really?
Don't sugarcoat it. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah,
dude.
right.
He must work with the travel commission there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Welcome to the guys' night out.
We all are high on stuff. High on stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
Shane wants to know what you guys think of DaVinci Resolve coming to Linux, and if it'll
I tried it in Windows. I didn't find it
take it-
quite as user friendly. I don't know.
If it'll take Adobe.
I don't know. I tried it. I like. Well, I mean, for Windows, what do I use? There's Kden Live that you can try for Windows. I think it's a beta. It's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems to work. I even like the Windows Movie Maker.
I used to
that's
use
still
the
around.
Windows Movie Maker all the time.
It works. I mean, it's not full feature, but it
No,
actually
no,
works.
but
it
it's-
works.
but it works.
You just want to cut out scenes, and it's actually
Yeah.
pretty good. And then there's Shotcut for both
Yep.
Linux and Windows. That seems to work. Those are probably my top 3 choices, at least for beginners now. DaVinci, I tried. I don't know. I think because I get so used to one flow of work, I try to do that, and I don't know. I didn't quite. It's loaded. There's a lot in there, but I don't know.
William wants to let you know that Windows Movie Maker is crap.
Oh,
Okay. Well, it's been out since Windows XP, so I understand.
You're right.
I'm just going by simplicity and the fact that it doesn't crash, because
Yep.
I've been testing it, believe it or not.
I was
Yeah.
surely not into major editing then, but
Hmm.
I used it without any issues at all. So
No, I mean you can't compare it to today's. It just
No.
wasn't designed for that. But for someone trying to learn or getting started, it's free. So
yep.
you know.
I
Well,
would
it's
like.
a shame.
I would like to come back on blowing things up.
I like this guy.
I have ordered a package from Rapid's Universe. It was restricted due to European Commission export laws. But it's only a knuckle duster.
And what was that?
Knuckle duster. I have ordered some package. It's in Vegas. Rapid's Universe. But how do you say it in English? The
You ordered a bomb?
No, it was a small package.
Okay.
It was a box of
Your door.
cigars.
Yeah, it's a cigar.
Inspector Clouseau. That's the bum in the room.
Did you get it? Did
There's
you
a
get it
bum
from
in the
Colorado
room.
by any chance?
You know Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah, we know Clouseau.
Enter the boon.
There's a bum in the room. Who put it there? Who put it there?
He wants to blow up things too.
I see one strolls away. He strolls away. Put the bomb and strolls away.
Okay.
What was the name of that rap song years ago? Boom, there it is. Boom,
Boom, there
is
it
that what
is.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
And
Talk about getting flagged by the NSA.
Yeah.
It's
But he's
whoop.
gonna be.
It's whoop. There it is. Whoop. Okay.
Say, go after the guy in Belgium.
Yeah, that's right.
use plastic. Use PET plastic. Nitroglycerin.
Oh,
Nitro.
yeah. See,
Oh,
He's the one
see,
you
now
want.
he's going overboard.
Welcome
I'm
to
going-
Rocco's
I'm going-
friendly channel.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
I'm going overdrive.
All
Hi,
right.
kids.
So how
Would you
how
like
about we
to-
get back to Linux?
I thought we were all Linux.
We're going off the rails here.
It's Nitro OS.
Yeah.
Okay, say what's on your mind. Go ahead.
What's on my mind? Well, I tell you, I will say that I wanted to say about elementary that we talked about something in the podcast today where something I never noticed in Plank before, that you can add shortcuts to Plank, to folders, which I've used Plank for years and just never knew that you could just drag a folder there and it would create a shortcut and it pops out a menu. Well, I tried that in elementary and it just froze Plank it just froze it where I had to restart because there was no bringing it back, dude.
Whoop, there it was.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. Hey.
Plank is okay. I actually did a live, what was it, last night? I lost track on customizing Ubuntu Mate, and I like Cairo Dock. If you like a dock, to me, Cairo Dock is the way to go. There's a lot of options. Somebody said it was too many options, but Cairo Dock is pretty cool.
It's like Word from Windows.
What
Word.
about Latte, Doc? Isn't that the one you liked, Big Daddy?
Yeah, but that's only on KDE, so you
Oh,
have
that's
to be
on
running
KDE.
KDE.
Okay.
So if you're on KDE, that it runs great, and I use that over Plank. But if you're on a GTK based, you're not going to be able to use Latte.
Cairo's probably the
I
good
don't
choice.
really use a lot of docs, but Cairo, I kind of liked it since I first saw it years ago, and it's never failed. I mean, in the OSs that I have it installed, it seems to work pretty good. So,
Hmm.
That's right, Liam. It was you who said it was too many options. Well, it's those California guys. What do they know? All they want to do
Yeah.
is surf, you know.
Right?
Hi, Liam.
Well, I tried Cairo before, and I just never had good luck with it. And maybe because I tinkered with it too much. You know, a lot of times when you tinker with something too much, it just breaks down. Where you lose the normal user experience that everybody else experiences because you're trying to customize it too much.
Yeah.
And maybe that was my problem, but it always
Yeah.
seemed to go haywire and crash on me and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but I haven't tried it.
You push it to the limit.
Yeah, I haven't tried it in a few years, so I probably should.
It's nice in XFC. I noticed where you can actually, and I believe Rob was showing us in one of his videos, where you can create panels or dock. They look like docks almost, where you can create panels or similar to like
I'll be right back. Get a drink.
Yep.
what you call it,
Like
like
widgets and
hotkeys
stuff.
almost, where you can
Yeah.
create panels all over the screen with shortcuts on it. That was kind of cool. That looked like it was unbreakable from what I saw and very customizable.
Well, I have never been a fan of XFCE.
That's what
I
Rob
should-
said when he started his video, but
Yeah.
he kind of changed his tune. Did you see that?
Well, we ran it. Yeah, I did see it, but I ran it for a while. Like, I mean, I'd say we ran it for a few months. The family computers, and it was okay. But there was just certain things about it, you know, like you don't find this stuff out until you run it for a while. You know, you have to run it on your hardware with your machine with your workflow
Sure.
for a while before you actually get a feel for it and say, well, this isn't going to work for me. And it just was one of those things where, I mean, it was customizable and everything, but it seemed like it was always behind in development. Seemed like it was always behind in the looks department. You know, like it just seemed like it was always behind, even though it's customizable, fast, and everything else. So
There's a plug for Coke.
there you go.
The drinking kind, by the way.
We'll take any sponsorship you want.
Okay. So be NSA again.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the National Sipping Association.
There it is.
There it is. Oop.
There it is. Oh, what was the other song? Who let the dogs out?
Yeah. Ooh. That's a Cleveland Browns song.
Really? Okay.
Oh, I'm a Browns fan. I play that all the time.
I'm a Cowboy fan, but
Uh-oh. We won't go there, will we?
I'm a Broncos fan.
well, there you go. Broncos
Okay.
are cool. Yeah,
It's out of the bag.
yeah, you know.
In Belgium, who are you?
Well, it's mainly soccer there, right? I think that's their version of football. The real football.
We speak French. Do you speak French?
But of course.
Parlez-vous français?
D'où venez-vous, monsieur? De Quebec? Canada? Which
No idea
state?
what you said.
Which state are you on?
Browns fan.
Hello? Which
Go ahead.
state?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
I'm in
Pennsylvania.
Ohio.
New York.
New York. Which part?
Just south of Rochester.
Manhattan?
I was
Not that much south.
I was born in Brooklyn. Near I grew up near I gotta think now. I grew up near Prospect Park. If
yeah?
that rings a bell. Yeah. Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. See what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, I see what you're
The
saying.
Brooklyn guy.
I did ask my dad where we've family from up there and stuff where they were because
Yeah.
I haven't visited up there in probably a good 15 years, more 20 years maybe.
Okay.
So it may be over 20. So I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of the details of the streets and everything. But we used to go to the local deli or whatever and
Drugstore.
get some big.
Drugstore.
We used to get some salami and cheese and go to the bakery, walk to the
Del-
bakery and get some bread. And,
Delicatessen.
yeah.
That's a drugstore in America. They call it drugstore.
Genoa salami, mortadella, the
Grocery store. That's the same.
Romano cheese, the pizza,
What about pastrami?
the pastrami. Oh, the list goes on, man. Yeah.
The Sopranos.
Yeah, that's it. Now we're blowing things up again.
There we go. Oops, there it is.
Yeah, right.
Oops, there it is.
Rocco, I feel sorry for you tonight.
But remember, I'm Dutch. I can't follow so good. I don't speak. I speak French. Anyone speaks French? Yeah.
No.
Oh. So that's the main language there is French, or you just speak?
Bilingue.
I'm actually Polish, so no, not even close.
I'm sorry, Ski.
I'm on the Flemish. Belgium is divided in two, eh?
The Polish joke, right?
Oh, there's so many Polish jokes I could say right now, but I won't.
I'll show you one real quick. Okay, I'm going to be slick
Wait
now.
a
Ready?
minute.
Be
What
slick.
happened here?
Did you see that?
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Your video just cut out for some reason.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna.
don't know what happened.
It reads censored. Censor.
What happened to Linux here?
Yeah, I know. We got off track, dude. We got off track.
This is more fun.
Oh, sure. Now it's fun when you're picking on the Polak.
Yeah.
Did you hear the one about the Polish terrorist who was
Wait
sent
a
to blow
minute.
up the car?
Oh my gosh, a terrorist joke. Jeez, we're surely gonna get this taken down.
Toss from Brooklyn. If you're gonna start, I'm gonna ask you. Do you know Polacks grease their cars?
Mm.
They run over Italians.
So that's
You asked for it.
It's a good thing this is late night. You may have to edit this, Rocco.
I can't edit this, dude. This is like perfect.
Italian stallion. But we have the muscles from Brussels.
Oh,
The
no.
muscles from us.
That's right.
You lost control, Big Daddy.
So lost
Italian,
control.
that's-
We're
Lost
gonna have to
control.
end this soon,
That's
just to
rock.
keep our sanity.
Wasn't that it, Rocky? Yeah. Hey,
Lost
Adrian.
You Adrian.
Adrian. Rocky. Adrian.
Cut me, Polly.
Wouldn't that be something? We could have in a room debating Linux. You would have Arnold. Oh, good to be here. You could have Rocky. Hey, yo, can you eat? You could have somebody else.
Don't mention the war. Don't mention the war.
You could have a guy from New York. Hey, what's this freaking KD?
Yeah, right.
You talking Linux?
what's that? Some kind of sauce? What is it?
Okay.
Just remember that the guy from Belgium started. It was
Yeah, I know. We'll blame him.
One hell of a distro.
yeah, that would be one hell of a distro. Yeah. You could have Terminator blow it up. You could have Rocky punch it. Oh my!
Well, what do you think? Should we
Trump
end
is,
it?
I saw Trump on the TV. He was real pushy, eh? Trump, the president.
President Trump.
He was
Now's a good
visiting
time.
Belgium. He was in Belgium, in Brussels. I've seen him.
You better pull the plug now.
Yeah, I think we should pull the plug.
If we're gonna start talking Trump, we better pull the
No.
plug.
I'm the
All right.
president. I'm the president.
That's a sign.
All
Okay.
right. It was good having everybody here, but I think I am going to pull the plug on it.
He had
So-
a big weapon delivery.
See, everybody in
Wow.
chat,
Boom!
thanks for stopping by.
Boom. Oops.
Nice talking, guys.